Hello, 7th graders, and welcome back to lesson 9.4. We are going to continue on with our measures of variation. Please make sure you're still watching and listening for your code word. I may have said it already, I may have not said it, you don't know. Make sure you're watching both parts. All right, so what we need to do then, we left off with example 2 here, I believe. And we need to then check for outliers in the set of example 2. So let's look at example 2. Do we feel like there's any outliers? Remember, your outliers are going to be things either really far off from your data, whether it's more on the, or like it's larger, or if it's smaller. If I was to say if there was any outlier, I would almost say maybe this 270 and maybe this 120. But even then, I don't know if I would really consider it to be an outlier. What they say then down here, which I kind of had already crossed off, but what they say is that any value greater than quartile 3 by 1.5 greater is considered to be an outlier. I'm not sure what they mean by that 1.5. It's just like 1.5 or a distance of 1.5, because in this case, we're jumping by increments of 5. So let's go ahead and think. So they say, okay, so here are these bounds. Oh, 1.5 times the inner quartile range, so the IQR. I see, 1.5 times that. So what you would do is take 1.5 times the 20, and you're going to subtract them. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm learning along with you guys. This is something that I think I didn't learn in 7th grade. It might have been pushed to 8th grade, but as I've told a few of you, I actually skipped 8th grade math, and so this is something that I learned when I got older and I was in college. So the way to figure this out is you don't want something, like I said, that's, so you're going to take that quartile 1, which was 235, and you're going to minus 1.5 times the IQR. So in this case, 235 minus 1.520 is 205. In this case, when we do the quartile 3 plus 1.5 times your IQR, so which was 20, so I go through, multiply it out, and then I add them, is 285. Did we have any of those datas in there? No, we don't. We don't have 205 or 285. So there is no speed limit less than 205 per hour or greater than there. So in this case, just like I was saying, there shouldn't be any outliers. So this is a way you can check with your outliers, okay, is using that formula. I don't think it is on your notes, but if you want to write those down, you can, okay? So this could be one way to figure out your outlier. This is the other with the quartile 3. Okay, so if they ask you to identify any outliers, I'm a little lenient on outliers. If it looks like it would be an outlier, I will accept it. But in that case, it was only like a distance, no outliers there. All right, so we're on an on your own one. So on your own, the numbers of pages in each of the author's novels is shown, okay? I want you to find the inner quartile range as well as interpret it. So remember, you're going to order these from smallest to biggest. You're going to find that median, and then you're going to find the median of the larger and the smaller half. Or sorry, this lower half and the higher half. Then decide if you've got any outliers in your data, okay? Take the time to do this. The more you practice, the better you will get. Okay, I'm going to tell you, if you're just blazing through this just to write down the notes, you're going to have a really tough time on big ideas. And then I'm going to ask, what were you doing? Did you watch the videos? Did you follow the directions? So make sure you're taking the time to pause the video, answer your questions, and practice it. It's just like a sport. You practice a sport, you got to practice math. Okay, math isn't necessarily a subject you just study and sit there. You don't sit there and study football plays the entire time. You practice football. Okay, so pause the video. When you get back, I will have the answers. All right, your first step is just ordering it from smallest to biggest. Stay tuned. I'll put up your answers soon. Step by step, guys. Step by step. Next step, find your median. Look, I found my median, 382. So this is then, all this stuff is going to be my upper And this one's going to be my lower. We're not even adding this 382 into it. Keep going. Find your median of this. All right, found my middle of the lower and median, sorry, of the lower and the upper. Find your difference. That gives you your inner quartile range. So 398 minus 360. Okay, so that gives me a difference of 38. So when I want to find my outliers here, I'm going to do that here. So I'm going to go back here and decide if there is any outliers. All right, I use those formulas to figure out my outliers. So I'm taking that quartile 1 minusing 1.5 of the 38. So 1.5 times 38, so it's 57. Which gives me 303. I don't have anything smaller than 303, so no. And then when I take the larger one, I want to go higher than that. So 398 plus that 57 then, again, which is what I got when I took that 38 and multiplied it by 1.5. And I get 455. And we do happen to have a number that is larger than that. And so I would say, yes, there is an outlier, and your outlier is at 468. Yes, why? Explain it, because I used the equation and it said that it should be anything larger than 455. Okay, so there is where I find my outlier. Let's keep going. This was an extra set that I threw in here, so we're not going to worry about this. This is not part of your normal lesson, so we're just going to skip this part. And that's all we got for this one. So take it slow and easy. I don't want to overwhelm you with a ton of problems like this. So go back and watch those videos if you need to. Code word, trapezoid. So go back and watch any of those that you need to make sure that you understand this fully. It will take a lot of steps, and that's okay. Sometimes math takes a lot of steps as we go through. It's not as easy as just finding a number. So workbook is there for you for extra practice, but then you're going to have 9.4 then on Big Ideas Math, and that's going to be due on the Sunday here, which is the 3rd of May, okay? Again, make sure you're getting that homework done. Very important. Your grade will suffer if you're not getting it done, all right? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Make sure you've got your code word handy as well. Make sure you're taking your time. I can always set up Zoom meetings, which is due individually if you're having a hard time, and I can try and explain things better. Anyways, that's it for this lesson. Please tune in for the next one. Be prepared for the next one. It is a bit of a longer one. It is kind of a hard topic as well, because this is something else new that we are going to be talking about with these measures of center. So get your brain ready for that one when you have to do it tomorrow, but go ahead and move on to doing your big ideas for today. Make sure it gets done by Sunday. See you in the next lesson. Bye, everybody.